Hello, my friends. I'm Harold. Take a close look at this glass of water. What we think of as the source of life, the purest thing there is. But I am here to tell you a harsh truth. After the age of 60, especially for heart patients like us, this very glass of clear water might be silently betraying you. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that was the exact trap I fell into. The doctors said, drink more water, and I followed their advice blindly. Only to realize that the more I drank, the weaker my body became, and the more my blood pressure danced around. In our talk today, I won't just tell you what to add to your water. I will give you the key to decoding this deadly paradox, transforming a simple glass of water into a restorative tonic that helps lower high blood pressure and support your strength in your later years. After my heart attack, my greatest fear wasn't death. It was helplessness. It was the feeling of my heart pounding in my chest whenever I tried to stand up too quickly. The gasping for air after just a few stairs. The leg cramps that tore through my sleep at night, making me feel like a nuisance, a burden. And the worst part? I was doing everything right. I drank liters of water every day, thinking I was flushing my system. But I was wrong. The body, in the stage of senior health, is like a patch of dry, cracked earth. No matter how much water you pour on the surface, it will just run off if the ground cannot hold it. I was pouring water into a leaking vessel. The more I poured, the more it leaked. And what was leaking out wasn't just water, it was vitality, minerals, and muscle strength. I believe many of you are in this same situation. Have you ever felt tired for no reason, even though you drink plenty of water? Let me know how you feel in the comments. We are here to share, not to fight this battle alone. But when I figured out how to patch that leaking vessel, everything changed. And I promise you, the solution isn't found in expensive pills. It lies in 3 treasures given to us by nature, so inexpensive that it's almost unbelievable. And stay with me until the very end, because the 3rd treasure is the real game changer. It's something the youth use to build muscle, but it is the silent savior for our aging hearts and tired minds. I will show you how to use it safely and effectively, a piece of elderly wisdom that no doctor has the time to tell you about. And so, my journey to decode the paradox in a glass of water began. The first thing I did on my road to recovery wasn't taking another pill or trying a new exercise. It was clearing this bookshelf. I put all the general medical books aside. Not because they were wrong. But I realized I couldn't use someone else's map to navigate my journey. My 76-year-old body, with a heart in need of mending, was a unique land. And I, a retired history teacher, decided I had to become the explorer of that very land. I began to study my own body the way I once studied ancient battles, looking for signs, analyzing causes, and connecting the events. I wrote everything down. My blood pressure each morning. The dizzy spells when I stood up. The cramps at 3 a.m. How often I felt that brain fog. These were the silent stroke warning signs that no machine could measure. It was the private language my body was trying to speak to me. And then, after weeks of following these clues, I had the eureka moment of my life. It didn't come from a thick book, but from a small research paper on cell physiology. I had a revelation, so simple it was astounding. The problem isn't how much water to drink, but how to get the cells to drink the water. Imagine this, each of your muscle cells has a gate. Water can't just flood in. It needs a gatekeeper to open the door and invite it inside. Without these gatekeepers, water just flows right past, leaving behind dry, tired cells. This is what makes heart attack prevention so much more difficult. Those tiny but powerful gatekeepers, science calls them electrolytes. And the moment I understood that, my entire battle with my illness changed. It was no longer a fight in the dark. I had found the light switch. Do you find this discovery to be simple, yet profound? If you do, please type the number 1 in the comments for me. Just a single number, but it lets me know that we are on the same page. And from there, I began my quest to find the very best gatekeepers for my body. I didn't look for anything exotic. I started in my kitchen, which holds the long-forgotten remedies of elderly wisdom. And the first gatekeeper, the first treasure I found, was a combination of two things that heart patients like us are always told to stay away from. Join me in the kitchen for the next part, as we uncover the secret of the balance of salt and lemon. I want to confess something to you. For years after my heart attack, I looked at this salt shaker as my sworn enemy. Every time I seasoned my food, my hand would tremble, afraid that just a few grains of salt would be enough to push my high blood pressure to a dangerous limit. I am certain that many heart patients here share that same fear. But I was wrong. The mistake wasn't that I feared salt, but that I failed to distinguish between the enemy and the misunderstood friend. And the first treasure I found lies in this very difference. It taught me that to lower blood pressure, we need balance, not elimination. The table salt in our kitchens is essentially just purified sodium chloride. It's like a lone soldier that, when too much enters the body, causes imbalance. But natural mineral salts like Himalayan pink salt or Celtic sea salt are different. They are an entire squad with over 80 different minerals and trace elements. And in that squad, there is a critically important character, potassium. Now, imagine sodium, from salt, and potassium are two children on a seesaw. If the sodium child is too heavy, the seesaw will tilt completely to one side, creating danger. That is precisely when our blood pressure spikes. And the lemon enters like a gentle mother. Lemon juice not only adds vitamin C, but it also provides a precious amount of potassium. When it enters the body, potassium sits on the other end of the seesaw, helping to balance out the sodium. The seesaw returns to a state of equilibrium. The pressure in our blood vessel walls is relieved. I started my morning ritual like this. A glass of warm water, a tiny pinch of pink salt, just a few grains, and a thin slice of lemon. I didn't gulp it down. I sipped it, feeling the mild saltiness and the clean tang, and I imagined the seesaw inside my body slowly finding its balance. And something magical happened. After about 2 weeks, the dizzy spells when I stood up significantly decreased. The nighttime cramps became less frequent. I felt my steps become steadier, and most importantly, I no longer lived in fear every time I saw salt. I had regained control over myself. Does the image of the sodium and potassium seesaw make it easier for you to visualize how it works? If it does, please type the number 2 in the comments. This helps me know if my explanation is truly useful to you. This morning ritual became the foundation of my health. It helps my body retain water and maintain muscle strength. However, I know that some people may not enjoy the salty taste in the morning, or perhaps have a stomach that is a bit sensitive to lemon. Do not worry. The second treasure I am about to share will solve that problem. It comes from tropical lands, has a naturally clean, sweet taste, and is known as the fluid of life. Let's explore it in the next part, a perfect solution for those who prefer a gentler flavor. I still vividly remember a trip to the beach with my late wife, many years ago. Under the golden sun and the sound of the waves, they brought us 2 chilled, fresh coconuts. I can still recall its clean, sweet taste as it flowed down my throat, washing away all my fatigue. It was the taste of youth, of vitality. For a long time, I thought that taste was just a beautiful memory. But I was wrong. That very sweet memory was the key that led me to my second treasure. A perfect solution for the days when my body needs a gentle encouragement, instead of the saltiness of the salt. It's coconut water. Everyone knows about the coconut water benefits, it's called nature's sports drink. But honestly, at this age, finding a fresh coconut and then struggling to open it every day is a real challenge. It's just too inconvenient. And this is where the magic of modern technology combines with elderly wisdom. I discovered freeze-dried coconut water powder. Essentially, it is pure coconut water with all the liquid removed, leaving only the most essential parts, all the minerals and electrolytes. It is the very same gatekeeper we talked about earlier, but it is wonderfully sweet. It contains an abundant amount of potassium, nearly double that of a banana, which helps our hearts beat more rhythmically and soothes the nerves to prevent cramps. This is one of the best natural electrolytes for seniors. What I love most about this treasure is its gentleness. No chemical sugars, no artificial colors. Just a pure, clean sweetness. I often mix a small spoonful into my water to drink after my afternoon walk or after some time in the garden. It doesn't give me a jolt of energy like coffee, but rather a steady, stable feeling. No more of that sluggish, out-of-breath feeling at 3 p.m. That feeling, for someone who wants to stay strong after 60, is truly priceless. So now we have two options. A clean, salty glass of lemon water for the morning to find balance, and a cool, sweet glass of coconut water for the afternoon to recover. Between these two flavors, I wonder which one you lean towards. If you are a fan of the natural sweetness of coconut water, please type the number 3 in the comments to let me know. The lemon salt water helps me balance. The coconut water helps me recover. They are like diligent maintenance workers, helping the machine of my body run smoothly. But, as wonderful as these two treasures are, they still only play a supporting role. They cannot, by themselves, rebuild the weakened power plants inside each of our muscle fibers. To do that, we need the final treasure. Something I call my secret weapon. It doesn't just help retain water, it directly regenerates the core strength of the muscles and the clarity of the mind. And I promise you, the discovery of it will leave you astonished. Now, we will talk about the final treasure. And for this, I need you to take a deep breath and listen with an open mind. When I say the word creatine, what image comes to your mind? Is it young men with bulging muscles in the gym? I used to think the same thing. I dismissed it, assuming it wasn't for older folks like me. And that was one of the most regrettable misunderstandings on my journey back to health. Because the truth is, creatine, when used correctly in a low dose, is the most powerful secret weapon to help us increase muscle strength in the elderly and protect our minds. Let me make this clear. Creatine is not a hormone. It is not a stimulant. And it is certainly not a steroid. It is a completely natural compound that our bodies produce. It's like a backup battery for every single muscle fiber. Every time you stand up from a chair, carry a bag of groceries, or play with your grandchildren, your body uses creatine. But after 60, these backup batteries begin to run low. That is why we feel weaker, recover more slowly, and are more prone to muscle loss. And here is what the research shows, the part that changed everything for me: just a very low dose, about 1 to 2 grams per day, less than half the dose of young athletes, is enough to recharge these batteries. But the magic doesn't stop there. When creatine enters the muscle cells, it pulls water along with it. It hydrates the cell. This not only helps muscles stay full, supple, and stronger, but it also addresses the root cause of the silent dehydration we talked about at the beginning of this video. And here was the most unexpected reward: creatine is also a backup battery for the brain. It helps our nerve cells store energy, fighting that brain fog feeling and maintaining mental clarity. I began to feel the difference after about a month. Not just steadier steps, not just restful nights free from cramps, but a feeling of light in my thoughts, the ability to focus on a book without distraction. That feeling, for a former teacher, was truly a priceless gift. I know this information might be new and surprising to many. Were you surprised by the truth about creatine safety for heart patients in low doses? If so, please type the number 4 so I know I've brought you a new perspective. So now we have our 3 treasures: lemon and mineral salt for balance, coconut water for recovery, and low-dose creatine for regeneration. But knowledge is only knowledge if we don't turn it into action. In the final part, I won't just summarize everything. I will give you a tangible tool, a simple map that I've created myself, to help you start your journey tomorrow. Please stay with me to receive this one last gift. We have walked a long journey together in our talk today. From the initial fear and confusion to discovering these forgotten treasures. But I know that after this video ends, busy life will sweep us away again. This knowledge might be forgotten like a pleasant, passing story. I don't want that to happen. I don't want our journey to end here. Therefore, in this final part, I want to invite you to make a pact with me. A solemn promise to the most important person, yourself. That pact is built on the 3 solid pillars we have discovered. The balancer, a glass of lemon and mineral salt water in the morning. To soothe the blood pressure, sisa, and to start the day with stability. The restorer, a cool, sweet glass of coconut water in the afternoon. To replenish lost energy, to soothe the body, and to feel lighter. The builder, a small spoonful of creatine before bed. To silently rebuild every brick of strength for your muscles and clarity for your mind while you rest. These 3 pillars are the foundation that helps heart patients like us actively improve our senior health. It is not magic, it is science, it is persistence, and it is the love you show your own body. And to ensure this promise is not just empty words, I have a gift I want to give you. I have personally created something I call Harold's Heart Healthy Hydration Journal. It's a very simple PDF file. You just need to click the first link right below this video in the description to download it completely for free. You can print it out and put it on your refrigerator door. It lists the recipes, the times to drink, and has little boxes for you to check off each day. It will be your companion, your daily reminder of this pact. So, are you ready to make this pact with your own body? If you are, please type the 2 words, "I'm ready," in the comments. Let me and our entire community know that you are committed to starting this journey. Our time together today is coming to a close. But I hope that our journey is only just beginning. Because health isn't a finish line that we cross and then stop. It's a path we walk every day, with small but persistent steps. And on that path, it is a wonderful thing to have traveling companions. So, the deadly paradox in a glass of water has been decoded. Now, you don't just know, you hold in your hands the tools, the treasures, to become the best doctor for yourself. This body is the most loyal companion that has walked with us through so many ups and downs. It deserves to be cared for with love and elderly wisdom, not with fear. If you found our talk today useful, please hit the like button. It's a very simple action, but it will help our message reach other friends who may also need it. And if you feel you'd like an old friend to walk with on this path, please hit the subscribe button to become a part of Harold's Healthy Living family. We will share, learn, and grow stronger together every day. I read every single comment. Please feel free to share whatever is on your mind below. Thank you for taking the time to share with me. Take care of yourself, and take care of each other. I'll see you at your next talk.